Around a quarter of the energy that we consume worldwide is used in the home, and the vast majority of that comes from burning fossil fuels. But over the last 40 years, one man has been trying to change the way we live by creating completely self-sufficient off-grid homes. We're here to meet the man behind these strange dwellings known as Earthships. We've come to meet Mike Reynolds, who is really the brains behind this whole Earthship phenomenon. And we're driving here, we know we're in the right place, because dotted all around the horizon are these crazy-looking buildings. And we just arrived at one now, and I think this is our man. This community is where the entire movement began. Located an hour's drive north of Santa Fe, is home to 70 Earthships. Mike, how are you?
Hi.
Hard at work?
I wouldn't say hard. These guys are working.
With more and more people wanting to live sustainably and self-sufficiently, all around the world, the demand for these unique-looking homes is growing, with another 60 Earthships being built in this community alone. For the uninitiated, what is an Earthship?
Well, an Earthship is a building that addresses what I'm saying are the 6 aspects of sustenance, which is thermal solar heating and cooling without fossil fuel, water, sewage, food, and garbage. Those are the 6 things that every city and country has to deal with. We can provide those 6 things for ourselves and the people we build these buildings for.
The design of these buildings is the result of over 40 years of experimentation by Mike.
If we are to survive on this planet, we need to be of the planet and in tune with the planet. Right now, we're on the planet. We shave it and we do stuff, you know, and that's why we're in trouble. What I'm saying is let's dance with the planet.
Do you worry that some people are just going to think this guy is just a wacko, you know?
Oh, for sure. I've been called a wacko for 40 years. But what I was talking about 40 years ago is now happening.
Oh my goodness. This is absolutely amazing.
And this is aimed at being a buffer zone between you in the living spaces and the outside. And no matter how cold it gets or how hot it gets, it causes the inside to stay comfortable for people. Mainly, this is aimed at food production. There's grapes and bananas and citrus, but this is all the gray water. In other words, the water that you take a shower in and everything is reused to water plants.
Each Earthship harvests its own water by collecting rain or snow that falls on the roof. This is filtered before being stored in an underground cistern. Every drop of water is then used 4 times. Once used in sinks and showers, it travels through a particle filter into interior rubber-lined trenches where it irrigates edible plants. It's then recirculated by solar pumps to flush the toilets. The sewage water then heads to a conventional septic tank where safe overflow is channeled to fertilize outdoor plants.
So this is your sewage treatment plant.
This is incredible. Oh my goodness.
This is just the living spaces. You're made with, you know, the walls are tires and bottles and cans. They're discarded free materials that nobody knows what to do with, but it is also replacing a brick that somebody had to manufacture and deliver.
All the energy used in an Earthship comes from solar and wind power, which means the homes are entirely off-grid.
We watch the Super Bowl here. It's got a flat screen TV.
What?
And
this is totally off-grid?
Totally off-grid. Nothing is hooked up. Not to sewage, not to water, not to power.
Oh, no, this is...
So this is how the walls are built.
Wow, this is what I've heard about.
It's an automobile tire rammed with earth, beat with earth to 95% compaction. So it's tremendous, the dynamics of this in terms of thermal mass. Thermal mass holds temperature. It's a law of physics that heat travels to the cooler place. It stays there until, in the winter, these spaces cool down on a cloudy day. Then the airspace is cooler than the wall, and the wall leaks the heat out.
This is the coolest house I've ever seen in my entire life.
We have discovered gold, something better than gold.
The sun's gone down outside. We're gonna stay here the night. The light is coming, powered by the sun. I mean, your water is coming from the rain. It's an incredible place, and you don't feel like you're compromising in any way. Nice tiles as well. Well, that's it. Got to get some sleep, because tomorrow morning we're going to get up early and learn how to build one of these things. Mike's vision is to spread the word about these designs across the globe. Wow. These students have come from all over the world and are mainly architects, designers, and builders. Which class is this you're doing?
This is the water organizing module.
So are you all students? Yeah. Oh, okay, wow, man. How's it going?
It's really educational, especially as you can see. I mean, it's totally hands-on. So from going to knowing nothing about plumbing to be able to do it from memory.
And so he gave you the box of parts, and he's like, go ahead and build it. What brought you here?
Where I'm from, architecture is like skyscrapers. It's like a totally different beast. And when I saw Earthships, I understood that it was housing that took care of folks.
We really need to have a paradigm shift in how we design things, because the things we build should be lasting a few generations. Something that you build it and it sustains you and you sustain it, and you don't need anything more than that. I could go to any building and give it a water harvesting system. I could go to any building and build a black water cell or a gray water cell. I mean, we're not going to tear down suburbia anytime soon, but we can make small changes there as well.
Looks like they're hard at work. This is apparently a one-bedroom Earthship. And it looks like they've got about 30 guys here, so we're gonna go and give them a hand and hopefully learn something in the process.
Everyone here is in the current Earthship Academy session. I mean, there's people from literally all over the world.
How about give me a job? Let me contribute in some small way. I'd love to.
Sure.
Wow.
There you go.
We're on a retaining wall, so I'm using an 8-pound sledgehammer
Right.
to this point right here. It'll stretch. This sidewall will come up.
Yeah. Come on then, let me have a shot. Let's see if we can do this. There's a lot of pressure here, man. Come on. That's pretty fun. Come on. All right, we're done.
Yeah, we're good.
But the Earthships aren't just for those wanting to live an alternative lifestyle. They've also been designed for disaster relief in developing countries. For example, after the earthquake in Haiti. This is amazing.
This is the simple survival model.
Wow.
They started thinking about, wait, what about the other 87% of the world that can't afford one of these global Earthship models? How can we do this in a very simple, no-frills way?
You're still talking about those 6 key systems that Mike had devised. The total cost of all the materials used in this Earthship model was $4,000.
It's not a hippie movement anymore. It's a reality that all of us are going to have to face.
So you think there's a future for this?
I absolutely think there's a future for this. You get concerned sometimes with innovators like Mike, people with a good idea, and it fizzles out once they're gone or retire. This thing has already become viral, if you will, and it stands on its own legs.
We came out here, there was nothing else out here, none of these other houses or anything, and we built this little dome out of beer cans 34 years ago.
Wow.
Something like that. We can't just do this stuff for other people and write books about it. We have to live in it, because that's the way we learn. So I mean, I lived out there, and it was very, very simple, and that got a little more complex, and just constantly trying to respond to the changing planet. This is available for everybody.
Yeah.
We don't want to cram it down anybody's throat, but we do want everybody to know you don't have to buy that coal-fired power.
Thank you so much for everything, for taking us around. It's been brilliant. When we came out here, I didn't know if we were coming to meet a wacko or some kind of guru or a genuine environmental visionary? And I think the answer is he's all those things. I think he's genuinely created something that has the potential to change the way that we live.